Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you a true inspirational story, a story that doesn't start with success, talent, or confidence, but with doubt. A story about believing in yourself when no one else does, especially when even you don't. This is the story of a boy named Arjun. Arjun grew up in a small town where dreams were considered luxuries. People believed life was simple: study enough to pass, find a safe job, and never aim too high. From a young age, Arjun was quiet. Not because he had nothing to say, but because he was afraid of being wrong. Every time he spoke in class, someone laughed. Every time he tried something new, someone reminded him that others were better. At school, Arjun was average. Not the topper, not the failure. Teachers rarely noticed him. When marks were announced, his name was always somewhere in the middle. His classmates talked about becoming doctors, engineers, or officers. Arjun had dreams too, but he kept them hidden, like a fragile glass that could shatter if exposed. At home, things were not easier. His parents worked hard and wanted the best for him, but they believed in reality more than dreams. "Don't think too much," they would say. "Just focus on what's safe." Slowly, Arjun began to believe that safety was more important than passion, and that his own ideas were not worth trusting. As the years passed, self-doubt became part of his identity. Whenever an opportunity came, his first thought was not, "I can do this," but, "What if I fail?" He compared himself to everyone. Social media made it worse. Everyone seemed confident, successful, and ahead in life. Arjun felt stuck, like he was watching life from behind a glass wall. One day, during his final year of school, a teacher announced a public speaking competition. The winner would get a chance to represent the school at a higher level. Arjun felt something inside him move. He loved listening to speeches. He admired people who could stand on a stage and speak from the heart. For a moment, he imagined himself there. But then the familiar voice returned. "You're not confident enough. You'll embarrass yourself." He almost ignored the opportunity. That evening, as he walked home, he passed by a small library. He had never gone inside before, but something made him stop. He picked up a book from a shelf. It wasn't famous, it wasn't thick, but one line caught his attention. It said, "The moment you stop believing in yourself is the moment you hand your life to others." That line stayed with him. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He thought about all the chances he had avoided. All the times he had said no, not because he couldn't, but because he didn't believe he deserved to try. He realized something painful but honest. The biggest obstacle in his life wasn't his background, his marks, or other people. It was his own lack of belief. The next morning, with shaking hands, Arjun wrote his name on the list for the competition. When people found out, reactions were mixed. Some were surprised. Some smiled politely. A few laughed. One classmate said, "You? Public speaking?" That sentence hurt, but for the first time, Arjun didn't let it stop him. Preparation was hard. Every time he practiced, he felt awkward. He stumbled over words. His voice sounded weak to his own ears. Many times, he wanted to quit. But this time, he made a promise to himself. He promised that even if he failed, he would not quit before trying fully. Every day, he practiced in front of a mirror. He spoke slowly, then clearly. He recorded his voice and listened, even when it made him uncomfortable. He read stories of people who had started with nothing but belief. Slowly, very slowly, something changed. His words became stronger. His posture improved. His fear didn't disappear, but it stopped controlling him. The day of the competition arrived. Standing backstage, Arjun's heart was racing. His palms were sweaty. He watched confident students walk onto the stage with ease. Doubt knocked on his door again. "You don't belong here." But then he remembered that line from the book. And he remembered all the times he had backed down. He took a deep breath and stepped forward. When Arjun started speaking, his voice shook. The first few sentences were not perfect. But then he looked at the audience, not as judges, but as people. He spoke about fear. He spoke about doubt. He spoke about what it feels like to live without believing in yourself. And because it was real, because it was his truth, something magical happened. The audience listened. Arjun didn't win first place that day. He didn't become famous. But something far more important happened. He walked off that stage taller than he had ever walked before. For the first time in his life, he had proven something to himself. He could face fear and still move forward. That moment changed everything. After that day, Arjun started taking more chances. He raised his hand in class. He applied for opportunities he once thought were out of reach. Not every attempt succeeded. He failed many times. But now, failure didn't define him. It taught him. Years later, Arjun stood on many stages, not just physical ones, but stages of life. Job interviews. Difficult conversations. Big decisions. Each time, doubt appeared, but belief spoke louder. The truth is, believing in yourself doesn't mean you'll never be afraid. It means you move forward even when you are. It doesn't mean you think you're better than others. It means you trust that you are capable of growth. Most people are not held back by lack of talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They are held back by the silent belief that they are not enough. And that belief, if left unchallenged, becomes a prison. If you are watching this right now and you feel invisible, unsure, or behind in life, remember this. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need one person. And that person must be you. Start small. Believe enough to try. Believe enough to take one step. Believe enough to fail and stand up again. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is built, moment by moment, every time you choose courage over comfort. Arjun's story is not special because he was extraordinary. It is special because he was ordinary and still chose belief. And that choice changed his life. So today, I want you to ask yourself one question. What would you attempt if you truly believed in yourself? Because the world doesn't change when others start believing in you. It changes the moment you do. Thank you for listening. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. And I'll see you in the next video.